What's going on, guys? It is 8:30. I probably should have
Late.
just said 8:30, huh? Instead of 8 o'clock.
No, because
But
then we would have started at 9.
Yeah,
true,
it's true.
true. Should have. I'm sorry, my fault. But guys, it is the Geek Saga. It is Wednesday. We are starting a little later today. Uh, family biz had to take care of, but we didn't want to miss out on being able to come live. So here we are. As always, I'm your host, Eugene, along with my co-host, David, and then my other co-host, Nancy, and then my other co-host, Mike. And this is the Geek Saga. Two salty veterans that are huge geeks, along with our two new friends, freaking the Chicano Batman and our Poison Ivy. So, yeah. I thought I'd try this out where it's a little bit new intro for us. But
Perfect.
did I nail it or no?
Try again.
Well, we'll work on it. We'll work on
Wow. Thanks. All right. But guys, as always, you can find us on Facebook-ish. It'll go up later on Facebook. We're not live on Facebook right now, but we are live on YouTube, TikTok, and on Instagram. And if you're looking for us, you can find us at all those places at the Geek Saga. As always, if you want to DM us, by all means, we're always checking those to see if you guys have any new stuff that you want to promote. If you're an artist, if you're a writer, if you're a filmmaker, hit us up on those DMs and we will get back to you. And then also on top of that, if you do want to reach out to us, you can actually reach out to us at info@the Geek Saga. And there we'll also look over whatever you have that's sitting our way if we want to promote it or not. So with that, since we are late, I'm going to rush through this stuff, but I still need to give props to our wonderful affiliates, which is, we'll start off with Ulanzi. Ulanzi are the lights that you see behind me and in front of me. As always, they're the ones that are lighting up this show. We're actually going to be getting more of these lights, and they also have some great tripods and some camera cages that I do use on my camera when I go to cons. And if you guys are going to LA Comic-Con, you will see us there. You will see my cage that I will have on my camera, and it's all Ulanzi. They're great products. When you click on the link in our bio, that'll send you straight to them. Purchase from them. Of course, it'll help us out. And again, they've got a lot of great products. Next, we've got Renegade Game Studios, which I love when I am here at home inside of my little studio because I can then show off my Renegade Game Studios Transformers deck building game, which I have played, and it's actually pretty fun. And also the artwork. And this is something that David will contest to, that their artwork is actually pretty damn good for their games. From RPGs to deck builders, they've got Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. If you guys can play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons, you can play all their RPGs because they follow the same kind of guidelines when it comes to their rules. But a lot of great IP with them and a lot of great games. Click on the link in our bio, and it'll send you straight to their site. You purchase from them. Not only are you getting a great game, but you're going to help us out. So, by all means, head over there, check them out. Also, we've got one of my personal favorites, besides like everything else, because I can't say that they're just my favorites. But we got Legendary Supplements, guys. This is a great great focus drink, not an energy drink like what I'm drinking right now. And Randy, if you pop on, I'm sorry, I kind of do need this. I don't need to. I don't need to focus as much right now. I just need to keep going. But David, tell me, how was it?
How was the drink? They are freaking amazing, dude. We'll work on your segue later. I'll give you some cards. But they're amazing. They're a shot in the dark. Like you hit that drink, it like shocks your senses, brings you in, tightens everything up, and then after a couple like minutes, I'd say, you're just dialed in and focused. I haven't used it for gaming yet, but eventually I'll get around to it. I just haven't played anything that needs that much focus. So,
but you said it tightens you up. Does it tighten you up kind of like Nacho Libre? He's got his pants and he's all like...
Eagle powers.
Oh, the Eagle powers. Yes. So there you go, guys. If you drink some Kraken, you're going to get the Eagle's powers. And but you got to use that code. Code Geek Saga 77 Go on to there, say hi to Randy, tell him we sent you. I mean, he'll say, cool. No, he's actually a really cool guy, and I love talking about their drinks and talking about all their new products that they're coming out with. They've actually got a couple other things that are coming down the pipe, so we're really excited to try those when they get them. But I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping for the rest of you guys, that we will have samples at LA Comic Con with us. I'm kind of talking to Randy, and I mentioned it, but we will also hopefully have a banner and some more stuff to promote them while we're out there, because we're going to have a lot of gamers walking around. So why not toss some of this stuff out at them? It's actually a great thing.
Yeah.
Finally, we have Movo, which is the microphone that you're hearing me, the camera that you're seeing me on. All that product is Movo. Movo is a great company that makes some great products. Their microphones, I actually have that one right there. Actually, it's off to the side. It's a PCM6 microphone. I haven't attached it, but I do have it. So I just want everybody to know, so it's not like I'm just blowing smoke up your butts. But bam, I got it right here. And then the one that's above me is a UMC 3, and that's what I use when I'm at home. When I'm actually at our work, I do use the web mic. So I'm using a lot of their product. Everybody else is going to be using their product soon too, because we've got them and we're sending them out to all our peoples here. But when you click on the link in their bio, it'll send you to them. You purchase from them. It helps us out. You know, we got to keep the lights on somehow. And this is a good way to do it. So with that, that is it for those. Whoa, we've got some big faces here. Let's dial them down. There we go. Yeah, we don't want the. There we go. A little bit better. But David, you know what? I've been talking to Darren a lot this week, which Darren's a great guy. And Project Wish Upon a Star is an amazing charity. But tell everybody else about them. I don't want to just take, you know.
Well, thank you. So Project Wish Upon a Star, they're great people. They do a lot of good things. They take their time, they take their money, and they bring the con and entertainment life to heroes that would not be able to do otherwise. You know what I mean? So these kids have all kinds of things that are going on in their lives that keep them home. They have them in the hospital all the time. They can't get to the cons because they'd be, exposed to everything that ever. Oh, is that my internet? Did I jump out?
Yeah, I think it's your internet.
It'll catch up. Anyway, so they take a lot of time to bring the actors, the entertainers, the exhibits to these kids at the hospitals, and in those rare occasions, they bring the kids to the con to give them a slice of life that they're not going to get otherwise, or who knows what's going to happen in the future for these kids. So if you guys can find their link in our IG page, just click on it, donate if you can. If you can't, word of mouth is always great. Getting their name out there is probably the best thing we can do, because $5 or $6 from us is cool, but those big companies that are able to help out would be even better. So please spread the word.
Yeah, and we're actually going to be in the booth at Comic-Con with them. So you go look for them. You will see us. We'll be recording live from there. The whole crew's going to be there. Distance Nerding, who is actually a good friend of ours, and Comics are going to be out at LA Comic-Con too. So we are calling Project Wish Upon a Star kind of our headquarters, our podcast theater. That's where we're going to be running everything out of. So guys, when you do go there, you'll see Darren, you'll see Ron. Like David said, they're great people, and they're giving their time and their own money to do all this stuff. And excuse me, Darren's got the biggest heart that I've seen in a long time, and he just loves doing it, and he loves everybody around him. He's a great guy. So guys, check them out at LA Comic-Con. We'll be out there with them. And another thing that's going to be coming up, which was something that Mike brought up, which was one of our guests from the past, which was comic books for kids. And that was another thing that let's bring that up because I wanted to promote that and talk about that. Let's see if I can open it up. There we go. Mark is another awesome guy, dude. Seriously, like a lot of these guys that we deal with when it comes to the um, charities, they're awesome. They're like seriously got huge hearts.
Changing the world.
Yeah. So there we go, right there, guys. So comic books for kids and also comic books for troops. What they're doing is you go over to Arsenal Comic Books, and they're partnering with Arsenal and also Comic Book Bugs, which if you look them up. They're here in LA. You donate 25 comic books or graphic novels, and you get an original sketch from one of their guest artists. Purchase any comic book or graphic novel and get 20% off any of those items. So they've got a lot of things going on the 21st of this month, which is coming up really quick. It's from 12 to 4, and it's a Saturday. It's the 30th anniversary of charity event for Collectors Paradise. So, guys, keep that in mind. This is another great charity. These guys, or not these guys, but Mark started from scratch. It's almost like the story that he was telling us on how he got started was kind of like what I was telling my student advisor yesterday when I was talking to him. It's just dumb luck. That's literally what he was saying when he went up to like all these comic book companies and said, I'm starting a charity. And they were just like, sure, we're going to give you everything that you need. So, but give them a hand also by donating to them. We do have a link in our bio, right? I don't remember if
Yeah, I think it's still in there.
Okay. So yeah, we have a link there. Click on it, donate to them, help them out as much as you can. And remember the 21st, go to their Instagram. You can get all the information there too. Go to that website for the full details. It's comicandcards.net. All right. So with that, I think that's it. Let me see. Yes, that is it. That is all we'll shout out other people later, but let's get on with this show because I made everybody wait way too long for me. It was me. It's my fault. Sorry, guys. But yeah, you guys are smiling, and everyone's like, "This guy's." Yeah.
We're half asleep.
No, that's even better. Half asleep, but that's okay. Hey, Mr. G. Oh, look at that. Hey, right there, Mike.
What's up?
Extra credit.
Oh yeah, who is it? What's the tag?
It's Vicky likes the Dodgers.
Oh yeah, Victoria. Good job listening to class. You got it. And you like the Dodgers too. Nice job, Victoria.
That's extra credit right there too.
Yeah, that is. Man, double the extra credit.
David's about to say, but extra credit.
Yeah, my students are amazing. So there you go. Good job, Victoria.
Hey, David, did I tell you that this guy's giving away credit for all his students that watch our show?
That's what's up.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. The Geek Saga is officially being taught in college accredited classes. So
hell yeah.
There we go. That's another check on the milestone.
Geek Saga is now in some higher education. Damn.
Yep, we're there for the academia. So yeah, we're
moving
doing
on
it.
up. Really quick, I do want to give a shout out to the guys over in Instagram right now, which is Corey, what's going on, Carranza. Danny, what's going on? It's been a long time since we had him on the show. We got to get him back, and Rory. And then, there's James. Okay, James. I'm kidding. I love you, James. Really do. Papa James has been great. All right, we got through all that stuff, but guys, what is going on with you guys? I haven't seen you guys since last week. And David, I haven't seen you in forever, so.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I haven't seen you in forever, man. I miss you. I do. With all my heart. You have my corazón.
Lies.
Leave them alone.
Apparently, it's not James on Distance Nerding on IG because
it's Phil. Well, Phil. Sorry, but anyways, what's going on with you? Let's start with the bottom. Nancy, what's going on? How you doing?
Me?
Yeah, you're half awake.
Yeah, just working out. I went to a movie premiere on Monday, and then yesterday I went to go watch called Beetlejuice. So
Don't spoil it. I'm gonna go see it soon. But
yeah. Okay.
But we'll talk about that premiere that you went to in a bit because it is part of our news. Okay, Mike, what's going on with you?
Oh, you know me, just spreading the good word about the Greek saga. The Geek saga. Greek saga. I was watching Chaos on Netflix, and that is a Greek saga. However, I was spreading the Geek saga, as we can see, to my students. So I mean, that's 3 classes that we're just trying to build this up. And then
Hell yeah.
yeah, just doing just preparing. I think I got a party that I got to hit this weekend. And then yeah, they lit up the bat signal, and then someone actually, like, there was a fire in Whittier, and someone actually did light up the bat signal at 3 a.m. and they're just like, Batman, you got to go check the pizza place. So I'm just like, that's all not yours. But yeah, just doing that, and yeah, just trying to grow this thing.
That's funny that it's like they couldn't differentiate between real life and real Mike.
Yeah. But I mean, it's already just that crazy time that we're living in. So I'll just roll with it now. It's much too big now.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah.
David, besides you saying that, yeah, all that's I see that stuff that you're putting in with Phil, so I see it.
Talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm active in both chats right now. All right, I'm gonna need you to calm down. It's not easy to run both chats. All right.
But what's going on with you, fool?
Not much, man. I'm just chilling, waiting for this to end so I can go to sleep and then wake up and go to work. Got to drive in. I was gonna go earlier today, but I had too much to do.
Yeah, it was. I got to say, it was a crazy weekend over there at work, and I'm so glad that I'm not there right now. So, anyways, all right, guys. So with that, we are actually going to move into our first segment, which, as always, we love to do, which is. This week in Geek History, we have Supernatural, which we're starting off with. I'm sorry, guys. I did see all your picks. I put them in there. And now I'm trying to get the stupid, there it is, my teleprompter to work. But Supernatural premiered in 2005. Did you guys watch it? I know I was going to say, guys, did you watch it? The two guys. Nancy, homework. But you got.
I watched season 1.
It's too much.
It's only 15 seasons.
No mas.
That's it. No mas. That's it. It's a great. But David, you said what? You watched what?
First season. I think I got a couple episodes in, and then shit popped off. I never finished it.
Oh my god, dude. Mike.
I never saw it, but when I was talking with Jason and Jeffrey, I was just like, Jason, you should really go out for Batman. And then I was kind of chatting with Jeffrey. I was just like, I prefer you more as Negan. And they were just like, oh, that works. Yeah, it's no big.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right. Jensen was he actually he went in and auditioned for the part. And I forgot who it was that saw him and said, I'm not even going to get the part.
Yeah.
And Jensen didn't end up getting it.
I think you're talking about when he went out for Smallville and Tom Welling.
That's right.
And he was all like, dude, did you see that kid that just came out? I'm not getting this part.
That's right. It was Wellington that said that.
He was going to be Superman?
Yeah, he was actually going to play Superman.
That's why I told him he should go out for Batman. And he was just very, very sly, just like, I was just like, he's a nice guy. Highly recommend talking with him.
Well, Jensen did end up playing the Red Hood.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah.
And he's actually voiced Batman.
One Batman. He has voiced Batman.
Cartoons.
Yeah. So he has played Batman. So he's never played Superman, but he has played Batman. And so, Nancy, just so you know, this is actually a really good show. I'm telling you, it's a good show. It's a lot of fun. The first season is nothing. It's kind of like they're spin-off, like, or not spin-off, one-offs. Each episode, they're fighting against different monsters. They're going through the whole like um, mythology, like mythical creatures, like the Wendigo and La Llorona and all kinds of crazy stuff. And my mouse just died. That always happens. But yeah, so it's really a great show. And I can't plug it in.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it. Like they was recommended to me, but then I saw how many seasons, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
It's really not that. I mean, it's only, like I said, it's only 15 seasons. You'll be
I can
fine.
barely watch movies. Like I have no time.
This is true. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my mouse back up. Oh, I don't want that. But it ended in 2020. It ended with a great. That's not even the right one. Ended great. And I definitely, like I said, recommend this show. I'm in a bit of a pickle because I cannot switch slides. David, can you switch slides or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to the next one. This was something that you guys were talking about, Contagion, which premiered in 2011. And personally, my favorite part of this movie was when Gwyneth Paltrow died. So, I know that's horrible to say, but who else was happy when she was like, and then she just was like, all right, she's dead.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah.
I never saw it.
You never saw this one? Well, it's okay. You didn't miss much. Oh.
I think I watched the wrong one.
What?
Was there a monkey in the one that you watched?
There you go.
Oh, all right.
There wasn't a monkey.
Hey, Outbreak was great. If you're talking about Outbreak, that was a good movie.
That was a good movie. If Nancy saw that one, but she says there was no monkey. So, what movie did you watch?
It was the same title, but it was older.
It was older?
Yeah, it was an older movie, and it was about Ebola. That they shot the president in the neck, and with Ebola.
What movie did you
They were in
watch?
the hospital, and like everybody was, yeah, like they started dying.
I have no idea what you watched. But that sounds like a better movie than Contagion. So,
It was cool.
that's funny. That's actually pretty funny. So, with this movie, guys, what I actually watched was I watched a video on it, like 25 things didn't know about this movie. And one of the things that they had mentioned was like, people were kind of saying, wow, this movie kind of was like what we expected for our whole pandemic that we had. But, there we go. The one thing that was different was that if COVID had spread the way that this actual thing spread in the movie, it would have killed itself off within a matter of weeks, and we would have never had a pandemic. So, and Matt Damon was the only survivor, or one of the only guys that was immune. It's like, really? That's who we're going to have as a guy that's going to be immune to this whole thing? So, but there were a few parallels. Mike, you were talking about it too, and David, you haven't seen it.
Yeah, a lot of similarities. A lot of eerie similarities.
There was a lot of eerie similarities. Like, what was the first thing that you noticed that ran out real quick? Like, people went into the store to buy.
I think it was the toilet paper, right?
Toilet paper.
Yeah.
No, it was actually Purell in this movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is similar to what happened during our own pandemic. But a lot of the stuff that lined up with it, yes, there was some similarities, but there was a lot of stuff that also, obviously, they exaggerated. So it was an okay movie. like I said, my favorite part was Gwyneth Paltrow dying. Nancy, when you get a chance, Contagion.
I guess I watched the 2002.
Oh my god! Was it done by Asylum Films? Because it was done by Asylum, and wow, you probably watched something really bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really easy watch, and I was like, oh, that's kind
Well, going on to the next movie that we have. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Speaking of hard watch, yeah, The Visit.
of visit. Oh, that was creepy.
Yeah, yeah.
The twist, I was like, oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
David, did you watch this movie?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I know because he doesn't like when it comes to scary. Like I guess
it's not a horror movie.
it was
They're
meant
just
to be
all
a
the
horror.
same though. Like
But-
horror, suspense, thrillers. They all
it's
become
more
the same
like a
thing.
suspense
I get over it.
thriller.
I
But it's
can't
not
watch it.
about possession or anything like that. Like it's about like it
Look at
feels-
them teeth in that picture. Those are possessed teeth right there.
No, she was eating.
She turned around and she looked at the camera. And she's like, "Yahtzee!" It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sugar.
So I had to go back and watch this, or I had to go and watch this movie because obviously we want to talk about this. I was going to go and watch this.
Yeah,
And
it's on HBO.
yeah. So I'm kind of biased when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. After Sixth Sense, after Signs, I was over him. I really was. Because most of his stuff kind of sucked after that. And it just kept going downhill. So, nothing against you guys, but I watched this and I was like, this movie is horror. It took me literally, and it's not because work was busy. It took me 4 hours to watch a 2-hour movie. And I stopped it at an hour mark and I was like, holy crap, there's still another hour to this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a hard watch to be sure. It definitely was. And then I actually started working with people with dementia. I was just like, oh man, this the movie makes it look like child's play. Like it's just like it gets so much more visceral in real life. So I was just like, okay, all right, this is it was definitely one of those thoughts where it's just like, I feel bad for the night shift on a full moon night. That's brutal. I don't envy that crew.
I could only imagine, but I felt like, okay, look, yes, they're talking about sundowners syndrome,
Sounding behavior, yeah.
and then dementia.
Yeah.
So they made them out to be very obviously, they killed people in this movie. They were going to kill the kids. They were out of their minds. But I don't know. I just felt like they shouldn't have turned it into a horror film.
Yeah. I gotta. No, there's definitely loads of other stories where it's just like, oh man, yeah. Once you hear the diagnosis, and it's just like, whoa, that's very, very, very close to the populations. And it's just like, yikes, that's a real thing.
It's a real thing, but I feel like it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm already very biased against M. Night. So,
Yeah, film wise, he's had. I mean, Signs was definitely my favorite for his. Sixth Sense was definitely up there, but I love the alien thing with M. Night. But this one I was just like, oh man, this is. It was almost like too soon. Just like, really, we're gonna hit this? But I definitely know what you're saying. Yeah.
I was entertained.
Oh yeah, it was entertaining. Yeah.
like I said, I'm not knocking anybody on if you guys liked it or not. What did you like about it, Nancy?
I mean, there was like so much going on, and like the little things that they would do was like, what the fuck are they doing? You know, like
Yeah, but I didn't like how it was shot. It was very reminiscent of Cloverfield, which David, you've seen Cloverfield, and that's just like a motion sickness waiting to happen.
It falls in line with like the Blair Witch Project, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't want the hand cam thing. If I wanted that, I'd film my own scary movies.
And we can make them ourselves at work because there's
Yeah,
plenty of
it would just be me walking around jumping at everything that scares me. Huh.
You know, that sounds like a really good $1 billion idea. I think if we get Jordan Blum on for this, he may just, he might be into it.
I could get Jordan
We'll work
Peele to do it if he did.
Oh, he just goes and starts botching up all the names.
Moving on. Moving on to Animaniacs 1993. This is long before. Wait, Nancy, when were you born?
93.
Oh my gosh.
No, but I did get to watch some of it like after school.
Well, yeah, because it was in reruns, but we were alive when it first came out. So this was a great. Honestly, I really love this cartoon because there was so much going on in the cartoon. It wasn't just focused on the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister, but also one of, I guess, well, it was more, it was Distance Nerding that met him, but I know that David is a huge fan of Rob Paulson, who plays Pinky, and also, who else did he do?
Yakko.
You did Yakko.
Yakko was Dan Castaneda, the voice of Homer.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, well, Wacko is Rob Paulson, and then Yakko is Dan Castaneda.
So Wacko, he did Wacko.
You got those flipped. Yakko is Rob Paulson. Wacko is the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's those two very prolific voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But he's the voice of dude.
So many.
A lot of
Jimmy Neutron. He was the fat kid in Jimmy Neutron.
Chris Holm.
Raphael in the first Ninja Turtle cartoon. Donatello in the second Ninja Turtle cartoon. Plus, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know half the countries of the world that I know.
This is true.
There you go.
That freaking song is like the moment it starts, like, okay, here we go, and I could go through the whole thing with them because I heard it a lot of times. But I also like that little kid that would run out of the house and be like, "So this one time, love that kid." And that, honestly, if you guys ever met one of the girls that works with us, Whedon, when she tells a story, she talks like that.
Very monotone, just monotone and nice
funny.
narrative.
But yeah, it was a great cartoon. It was created by Tom Ruegger and aired for 5 seasons. So it actually went for a while. And then it was picked up again in 2020 by Hulu. And it continued the tradition of the humor in it. So it was a great cartoon. I mean, I liked it. And now we've got James talking. During LA Comic Con, we went to an improv show starring Rob Paulson. Closed the show with him doing Yakko's World Song. Elsie. There we go. That's the world song we were talking about. And has been in every cartoon you ever loved. Yes, he has.
We're going to have to try and get that guy on here.
Dude, but the best part about this show was how spot on the oh my god, I spaced on the word I was going to use. The pop culture references. They're just everywhere.
Very satirical.
They were like on the money. It was crazy. I loved when they'd have like all the different stars popping up on the show.
Oh, dude, that one of the most like tongue-in-cheek pop culture references that was not meant for kids was when they're dusting the inside of the water tower, and he's all, "Come on, Dot, you got a fingerprints," and she's all like, "No, thank you," and she's holding prints in her hands, like gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. I looked up. I was looking stuff up, and there was a lot of references that only adults would have gotten in this show.
Dude, like the whole Jerry Lewis character, like the whole Freund Levin, like no one knows what that is unless you know who Jerry Lewis is as a comedian.
Yeah. And then the whole hello nurse and the way they drew her, it's like, come on, you know that was not meant for the kids.
Yep. Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, that is it for this week in geek history. Hold on. Where's my? There it is. I gotta end it properly because
Consistency.
because the devil always writes something pretty good for me. So you know what? I might as well use it before Skynet takes me out because I didn't use their stuff. From iconic monster hunting brothers to eerie pandemic dramas to physical horror and animated variety fun. I can't. Oh, I had practiced this too. This sucks. This week in geek history covers a spectrum of genres that have left their mark on both television and film.
And that's why it's better to write it yourself.
But the thing is I actually practice it. I'm telling you, I'm getting better at that because I
Dude,
want to.
Stop practicing it. Just write it yourself because then you write it the way you speak.
But I don't spoke very well. I mean, even
That's
though
why you get them to write it and then you rewrite it so that you speak it.
Yeah, well. All right, next week I'll do it.
I'm gonna have to teach you how to plagiarize your work. Like, pull out the red pen, give him red marks on his paper.
Oh man! All right, so moving on. Nancy, you got a lot of homework. We just keep piling this stuff on. You're gonna become a pop culture enthusiast. That's what you're gonna do. Hey, you know what, James? We don't need any of your lip. God. All right, guys.
You don't need him. You were just saying how much you love him. Now you don't need him.
I said we don't need his lip. We need him because he's just great. He is Papa James. You know the funny. It really is funny that when James isn't around, it's very chaotic, especially when you've got like Phil and Tyler and then me all just run. James kind of drops in and he'll line us up like kids and we'll just follow him like little ducks. He's great for that. He needs to be a producer of everything.
He's quacktastic.
But all right, guys. So moving on to the next thing, which is, of course, all right. So besides it being 9/11, which I meant to do kind of a moment of silence because we should have, to remember all those that have lost their lives this time many years ago. We also had the Father, which when you say Darth Vader, it's the Father. The Father's voice himself, James Earl Jones, passed away. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday, right, guys?
Yeah, it was yesterday or the day before.
I believe it was yesterday.
It was this week.
Yeah, it was
it was the 9th because yesterday was when we found out. Yeah.
So 2 days ago, we lost James Earl Jones, which, yeah, he wasn't just Darth Vader. He played but he's best known for Darth Vader. Do you guys know some of the other roles that he played?
Just Mufasa.
Yes, he played Mufasa, which they're gonna defile his Mufasa by creating the new Lion King movie.
I think he did all his lines already before the movie ended. Before he passed.
I don't know. Them making a movie just about Mufasa, it's like, do we really need it?
Did we need the first one? No, but it was great.
Okay, well, all right. Fine.
I still cry. I still cry when he.
She's gonna cry, and because she's just thinking of that moment of. And then we've got Simba hitting his dad.
Yeah, that was so sad.
Bro, he was King Joffer from Coming to America.
Dude, that movie was freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
He was in the Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger,
Sandlot.
Field of Dreams, The Sandlot. He was Darth Vader, Mufasa.
He had at least like
was
6 credits in the Simpsons.
The Great White Hope. Yeah, in The Simpsons. Doctor Strangelove. Dude, I'm going way back here.
He also
Prolific actor.
what people don't know on top of that was not only was he in film, but he was a seriously an acclaimed Shakespearean actor. Othello, Macbeth, A Midsummer Night's Dream. He's won 2 Tony Awards for The Great White Hope and Fences. He's won 2 Emmys for Heat Wave and Gabriel's Fire. This man has done amazing work. He appeared in Roots. He appeared on Atlanta. I mean, I can keep going on. I've got the whole list here, and you guys have the list too. I mean, did you guys know that this guy did as much as he did?
Also,
Yes.
this one's very obscure. This is the one factoid that I'm happy to bring to the table. He's actually seen as a pillar within the disfluency community. Now, with that, that's typically going to be your set of people that are unable to speak fluidly, like us. Essentially, that means that he had a extreme stutter, and that stutter was directly related to a lot of his anxiety that he had with a lot of his roles. So it was only with an immense amount of preparation and really being able to like calm himself that he was able to like use all the gravitas to like really say his lines. But even until his last days, that disfluency was very present.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. To think that when you hear him speak, it's so like I literally can just sit here and I'd like him. Dude, imagine him reading the Dresden Files.
Dude,
I'd
what
be
else
shaking.
would you need?
Yeah, I'd be shaking.
I'd be loving it. Just him read the. I don't need anybody else to read Dresden Files after that. But to think that this guy had an extreme stuttering problem, to go from that to doing all that he's done is just crazy.
It's the power of speech therapy.
Do we know how he passed away, or was it just in his sleep?
Not sure.
That's all I found out. Like that, it was in his sleep.
I mean, the guy was 98 years old.
90,
Or 93 years old. So,
of age.
but I mean, what better way to go than in your sleep?
He died surrounded by his family
Oh,
in
there
his
you go.
home in New York.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he passed away, and he was married twice. He's a father of Flynn Earl Jones. That's actually kind of a cool name, Flynn Earl Jones. But it just shows that, yeah, like Mike said, the power of speech therapy, but along with that, also the fact that you can overcome whatever you set your mind to. Really. Am I right, Mike? Or am I just...
You are correct, sir. You
All
are
right.
exceedingly correct. With all that hard work and determination and practice,
You too can be a James Earl Jones.
yeah, oh yeah. Hopefully, we got a James Earl Jones in our audience listening tonight.
Well, there you go, guys.
No.
That's something. No, not you, Phil. Definitely not a James Earl Jones.
What about James? I almost wonder, what does James sound like?
He sounds like a Filipino dude.
Yeah, facts.
Definitely thinking, could be a lot of wisdom right there. That's
Sorry.
a very rhythmic language, Tagalog.
He doesn't have a Filipino accent. He just sounds like a Filipino dude.
Yeah.
A lot of music. I definitely want to hear the phrasing. So, James, we got to hear your voice, man. I want to hear your voice.
You can go check him out on Distance Nerdy. But
Karaoke with James.
oh, that would be fun. All right, moving on to the next thing, which is this was a rumor, and it's been a rumor that keeps going around, but it has been a rumor since this movie came out. But the Goonies sequel with the original cast given the green light. Like I literally have been searching the last 2 days to see if this thing gets debunked, like it's always been, but it hasn't been. Have you guys seen anything else since I told you guys about this?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so they've greenlit the Goonies sequel. It's officially moving forward according to the reports from The Sun, and that the original cast members, at least those are still with us, are going to be in it. Obviously, Annie Ramsey passed away. She was Mama Fratelli, and John Matazak. He was the guy that was also singing to freaking Chunk when he was in the car. He's passed away. Oh wait, no, no, that's Sloth. Sorry, I just killed off somebody that wasn't
Sloth
dead.
was the football player, right?
Yeah, yeah. He passed away from I think it was like a heart attack or something. So, yeah, but yeah. So sequels, like I said, this sequel has been in talks for a long time. They've had different storylines, like everything from Chunk got married, got divorced, came back to Astoria, and along with his daughter, and like was trying to reminisce of the old days and also get his life together. That they find a map, and then the rest of the Goonies are still living there, or they came back to visit Chunk, and their kids go on an adventure alongside with the parents. But I don't know what the storyline is really going to be. There was a rumor of the story called, or the movie going to be called, The Goonies, The Curse of One-Eyed Willie, but that got debunked back in 2000. I think it was 2021. So, and there was a whole poster for that. Sam Raimi was attached to it apparently on the poster, and it was supposed to come out 2026. But this story actually says, or not actually this particular article, I think. No, it's not this article, but I did read. Steven Spielberg said that he is going to direct it himself.
Mm-hmm.
So the man himself said it. He was actually the writer of the original one. As we know, he worked with Chris Columbus on writing that. But the original director, which was, oh my God, Donner. It's his first name.
Richard
Donner. Yes. Passed away. And that's kind of when Chris Columbus had said, I'm not going to write a second one because Richard Donner nailed it with the first one. But apparently, we're going to get a second one. So, I don't know. What do you guys feel? Wait. Has everybody seen it? There's a laugh. I knew that I was going to get that one. Knew it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. This one, well, I'm not going to say it, but as far as Mike and David, I mean, this movie, when it came out, what did you guys think? I mean, I know, David, you were not born till after it, but you've seen it since.
Oh, man, I've seen it many times since. This movie's amazing, dude. Like, we learned things like the truffle shuffle.
Yep.
You learn that Mouth likes to put his tongue in old paintings. We know that Chunk is a freaking liar, and that when he stuck his hand in the thing, he threw the fake throw up over the side, and he was like, dude, this movie's amazing. There's so many cool things like you would only do as a kid that they find themselves doing in like horrible situations.
Yeah.
Had some amazing meme moments. Like I've shared the meme. Oh, I'm gonna take you home because I love you. Yeah. There's that one.
Yeah.
And then I did a few years back after WonderCon. There was an after party at a tiki spot, and then there was Geeky Tikis. You guys know who they are?
They're the ones that make the tiki cups.
Yeah. So they had an after party, and I go and I kind of put myself in running for trivia, And yeah, I actually won the trivia, and I was just like, oh man, I pretty much like I remember like a few different things about the movie. But yeah, luckily I hit like every single question. I got myself a limited edition autographed one-eyed Willie tiki mug. So I was
Nice.
just like, oh yeah, it's someplace around. I don't even use it anymore, but yeah, it's in there.
So the crazy thing about this movie, and especially what I was talking about, is if you pay attention to that scene where Trunk is calling the police department, it kind of it solidifies that the Goonies are living in the Donner universe because he talks about these little creatures that if they eat after midnight or you get water on them, they'll multiply and all this other stuff. So he's referencing Gremlins, which also Richard Donner directed and happens to be another, I think it was a Spielberg produced movie.
Yep.
And there was a lot of other things that reference to all, like Superman, when Sloth rips open his shirt and he's got the Superman S, another Richard Donner movie. So it's a great movie, and I love all the little hidden gems that are in it. So if you haven't seen it, hint hint, somebody with an N, G, you should watch it. And if you got when you're watching it, pay attention to a lot of the references, and then it'll spin you off to a bunch of other movies. Okay. But really quick, guys, what do you think?
Fine, I'll watch it again. Thanks.
Well, but what do you think about them doing the sequel?
I think if it's done well, do it. But I think if it's not going to be done as good as the first one, then don't. And don't try to push a message and don't try to push these different ideals in the movie. Just make a movie that kids are going to enjoy with none of the extra shit. Just a cool adventure that little kids are going to go on and their parents are joining them. And that's it. Yep. That's what the first one was, and that's what the second one needs to be.
Which you and me have had multiple discussions talking about sequels or reboots. And the one thing that they always fail on with a lot of these, whether it's sequels 10, 20 years later or these reboots, is the writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem, right? How many of these writers nowadays are stuck in a rut of, well, if I don't put this in, these people aren't going to like it. If I don't add something of this, these people aren't going to like it. But if you talk about the Goonies, everyone loves the Goonies. And none of that is specifically added to the film, but everybody finds something there. The Goonies is like Spider-Man. Everyone can relate to the movie.
Yeah.
We were all kids. We all had our friends. We all rode our bikes. We all got freaking chased by the Fratellis. You know what I mean? Everybody did that.
It's like not like that anymore, though.
No, but we all have our friend group. We all have,
us, yeah. But like I'm talking about like Gen Zers and like the younger kids. They don't do that anymore.
But they do have their friend groups. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're not out riding their bikes and they're not freaking kicking people's trash cans over, or chasing people's dogs or whatever. But they are still getting online, talking to the same group of people. They only chat with the same group of guys or the same group of girls. You know what I mean? Like, you know who your clique is no matter what. So I don't think how they hang out is so much of a problem. Just the fact that they hang out would help them relate to the movie. You know what I mean?
I would honestly think if they bring like a sloth, or if they bring back Sloth or a Sloth-esque character, are they going to change it from like, hey, you guys, to like, hey, you folks, or something like more inclusive? Like, that's the one thing I think about. Like, it's just like, would they change that?
Hey, you them?
Hey, it could be something. Hey,
but here's the other
thing.
The way you just put it, and that's exactly what David was saying, is can they make this without doing all that? Can they make this without doing the whole...
But think about it.
Yeah, that'd be like tough. Like it's just like
You have nephews, nieces, little people in your lives, right?
Yeah.
Under 10 years, well, I'd say under 8 years old. How many of them are worried about, oh, I can't say hey you guys. Oh, I can't say hey them or hey this person, or you know what I mean? My 4-year-old calls his sister he sometimes because he doesn't understand the difference between he said it, she said it. He just knows that's sister and he said something. You know what I mean?
I
Like
remember at that age, it's just like it's very concrete. It's just like, well, no, it's that. Oh yeah,
and it's interchangeable, you know what I mean? It's mom, dad, mom. Oh, sorry. Or he walks up to me sometimes, he's like, brother, I mean dad, because he looks me in the face and he doesn't see the, you know what I mean? So I just think that if you take the mentality of a kid and write with that mentality, you don't need to make the wokeness, the gender affirming, like you don't have to take all of that into account because kids don't think that way.
yeah, very true.
That's-
I think that would make it hard.
Who's
Like,
the
right there,
target?
it's-
Who's the targeted audience though?
It's kids.
It's
I mean, if
It's
they're
kids?
not, well, I mean, think about it. If they're not taking the adults and putting them on their own adventure and saying, "Fuck them kids," and then writing for the adults, then it's for us because it's like, oh my god, there's Chunk, there's Mouth, there's freaking Josh Brolin, there's all these kids. They're bringing back the main cast for us. Then obviously it's geared towards those of us who already love the show or love the movie. But if you take them and cater it towards their children, then they're just a supporting cast. Then it's made for the new generation. It's another cult movie for the kids to love. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Think about what your favorite movies are. Like, what are your favorite movies? What did you grow up that you were like, that's my shit. I have to watch it every single time.
Well, I grew up with like Disney movies.
And how much of that stuff did we worry about
We did
when we
it.
were kids? You know what I mean? Is
Yeah.
Guppy a boy? Is Guppy
Oh.
a girl? Who cares?
No.
All we know is that he's being a guppy all the time, and he needs to stop that shit.
Well, then again, that was like some of the fun part because I remember being like around the traditional age where people should have been seeing this, and no, I was like already exposed to like rated R movies. I'm just like, oh man, this is really good. And then I saw this, and I thought this was kind of tame. I'm just like, oh man.
Which that's the thing is that for those of us that grew up during that time, yeah, our parents didn't care what we watched. We were able to watch everything. There wasn't like rated R is for 17 or 18 and up. It's like you can watch it, whatever. But thing is that this movie, what it did for us was also showed us just kids being kids, having an adventure, and we wanted to be them. And we can relate to Mikey, Mouth, Data. We can relate to Chunk, even the brother, and all this other stuff. And that's the thing is, and I agree with David, is that write it for kids.
Yeah.
Let the kids be kids. If you want to write it for us that are all nostalgic over it, great. We want that too. And we're going to take our kids to go see it, obviously. But remember that it's for kids. So, yeah.
I know that's interesting. Because like writing it for kids, like I said, this like in this day, it's gonna be very different than back.
Oh,
sorry, that was my light.
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to watch if it was written for kids. Like, how are they gonna do that? Just like I said, like, is this generation gonna relate to that?
I think the best approach to this movie would be take a bunch of their kids, turn them into iPad babies, people who come home, they want their iPad, they want this, and then shit happens that they get forced on this adventure, and then that's what will spark this, because that's kind of what happened. Is these dudes are just running around doing their everyday thing, and then this car chase happens, and the kids are looking out their window like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh my god. And then they go to check it out, and then it just turns into this huge adventure that they end up on, because they find themselves upstairs in one of the other kids' attics, and they find a bunch of shit, and then they're like, bro, is this real or is this not real? And then they go on a treasure hunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if it's done right and it's aimed in the right direction, it could be amazing, because every kid relates to an adventure, because even when kids are watching iPads now, what are they watching? They're watching other kids play. They're watching, stories about people on adventure. My kid loves the Wildcrats, and all they do is go on adventures looking for
Oh,
animals and
love
shit.
the
You know what I mean?
Wildcrats. Yeah, I love the Wildcrats.
So the sense of adventure, I think, no matter what the generation is doing for fun, every kid has the sense of adventure. You know what I mean? As adults, we keep that sense of adventure. We just don't let it out all the time. But if we didn't, would we be here talking about nerdy shit? No, because we're exploring all this adventuresome, like, cosplays. We're watching animes for cool stories again. But yeah, I just think if it's done well, it'll be amazing.
I agree. So I guess that's crazy. It's funny that this sparked even more than what I thought it would spark, which is cool because we don't like a lot of our stories are just like we're cut and dry. We hit the story and we move on. But when with something like this, it being a generational gap between can spark that much of a conversation because he's right. You got your iPad babies, which most of the kids are now. And if you had an older generation like us who are the parents, and we get into something and we're like, dude, let's go and grab the kid, they will drop that iPad and say, holy crap, what? There's a real world around me. It's just putting the kids back into the situation to have fun. So,
And now I feel like it would be, you haven't seen the movie, so you don't really know the portion that I'm talking about. But when Mikey gives them it's our time down here.
I love that speech.
You know what I mean? That speech, the opposite direction. Like, to have Mikey give that speech to the young generation would be really cool. To hear him talk to them like, you guys are wasting your lives away. You guys need to be focused on being kids. This is your time. It's your time right now, and you guys are wasting it. And then just spin it. Like, you could hook the whole generation with just something like that.
Oh my God, that just sent chills down.
You should write it.
You felt it in your jellies.
Oh, my jellies were like, hey. Because it was remembering that speech.
The chills.
And then you have to stop midway through.
Huh? Yeah. But then to spin it like that, saying, hey, guys, look around you. You're wasting everything. Even though you're saying, I'm trying to conserve and do all this other stuff, you're wasting it. This is your time. Your time. Right here. Our time was back there.
Somebody book note this and send it to him.
That's it. Done. Shoot it. All right, guys. All right, we've hammered on this enough. We're gonna move on to the next story, which is something that Nancy got to do yesterday.
On Monday.
Or on Monday. Sorry, I'm a day off. But the Killer's Game image reveals a sneak peek of Drew
McIntyre's.
Yes, acting debut. I don't know who he is, but Nancy, how was the movie?
Yeah, I got to go to the movie premiere on Monday. It was a mission.
It was a mission? Why? What happened?
Well, because I right after work at 2:30, like I had to leave to LA. So we got there like at 4, and then we had to stand in front of the theater till like 7.
Jeez.
So all we saw was just like a whole bunch of influencers like walking in front of us, like taking photos. And then I had no idea who they were, but some people did, and like they took like selfies and whatnot. And then we got to see the cast, and they got close to us. They signed our posters. I took a couple of videos with them, and yeah, like it's crazy seeing them in person. They're like normal people. But yeah, I saw Dave Bautista. I took a video with him. He looks so different in person. I was like, he actually has gray hair and a gray beard.
Well, he shrunk down a lot too. I've seen.
Yeah, he looked small. I mean, I don't know if it was because of the suit, but he looked smaller.
He's
dropped
down.
Yeah, I think me and you were just talking about this, but he used to sit at 290 pounds when he was playing Drax
Yep.
And now he's the lightest he's ever been. He's sitting at a cool 220. So,
That's
still
a
not little.
huge difference. He's tiny.
No, I mean he's really not tiny. If you think about it, if me and you think about it, he's as big as Armbruster is.
Well, how tall is Armbruster?
6'1". Well, Armbruster's 6 foot. I think Batista's 6'1".
Wait, how tall are you guys?
5'8".
Oh, dude, 5'5".
5'11".
5'5" with my platform shoes on.
6'1" in the bat suit.
Oh,
I think I'm like 5. I think I'm 5'3.5" now, something like that.
3.5?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's shrinking.
shrinking.
So that
Dude.
doesn't even get old. You start to shrink. But okay, so you got to meet all these great people, which I did see on your
Instagram.
posts, which is really cool.
Yeah.
How was the movie? Don't give away any spoilers, but just how was it?
Okay, so there was a lot of action,
Okay,
a lot of blood, which I really liked.
great. Okay,
There was a little bit of romance and a lot of comedy. Yeah.
Okay.
There was only one cheesy part, but they cleaned it up with the comedy afterwards, right after. But yeah. There's a lot
would you recommend this movie, or would you not?
I would recommend it. It's a good watch. It was funny.
Would you recommend it on an opening night, like full on people, like a Sunday, like matinee, or like a Tuesday special?
Like a Sunday, Tuesday.
Okay, all right, that works. I could take that. Also, yeah, congrats on getting there. Nice.
So
I only watch movies on Tightwad Tuesday, just so you guys know.
Taiwan Tuesday is
That's what I watched yesterday, Beetlejuice.
well, yay!
Well, it's
I
because
mean-
I have to pay for my siblings, you know. So I'm like, I'm gonna pay.
Dude, tell them to go get a job, especially your sister that was like talking crap last week.
I know.
I was like, dang. You talked mad crap about Minecraft the movie.
Oh, I had my kids watch that. Oh man, they were not impressed.
No.
No, they were just like, "What the hell is this?" And I was just laughing because I'm just like, it's gonna be time you go through everything that I had to go through.
I honestly loved it. But anyways, so all right, if this is a movie that you say is a Sunday, Tuesday, David will probably see it on a Tightwad Tuesday. This is probably something I'd probably wait till it's streaming. But it's still cool. And
Yeah.
I don't even know who this wrestler is. James or freaking Philippe over here might probably know who he is because they're huge wrestling fans.
Drew
But-
McIntyre, he's a semi-new wrestler. He had a long-standing feud with CM Punk. I don't know if you know who that is,
Yeah, I do. I know who
but
he is.
yeah, he's the taller dude on the right.
Okay.
I just
Cool.
read that on Google, just so you know.
Good job. Yeah, but
he plans to be acting more. That's what I read.
well, I know that a lot of these these wrestlers are trying to break into more than just wrestling. You know, we got. I mean, obviously, it goes all the way back to started with Hogan,
Yep.
Andre the Giant. You know, then we got freaking
John Cena.
John Cena,
Cena.
Yep.
John Cena, whatever.
What
The
you
Rock.
got? The Rock, John
The Rock.
Cena, Batista.
But- Everybody wants to be, and that's the thing is, everybody wants to be The Rock because of how huge he's gotten, and Batista. The Rock is great because he's cheesy and he plays it up. So a lot of fun to watch.
He's literally just living that WWE lifestyle on freaking TV.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He really is. And then Batista, who is actually a really good actor. That dude has got some freaking chops. I will
Yeah, he
say
does.
that about him.
Oh, he was really good in this one too. Really good.
I don't think he's. I don't want to say I don't think he's done a movie that's flopped, but he has done a movie that flopped. But he was the best part of that flop. I kid
Which
you
one?
not. Along Came a Knock or something like that, or a
Yeah, I
knock.
think I know what you're talking
That
about.
it was an M Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why you wouldn't have seen it. It was, but Did you guys see that movie? I don't. Was it One Came a Knock, or was it A Knock at the Door, or what was this stupid movie? Dave, but there we go. It was
A Knock at the Cabin.
yes, horrible movie, horrible. Like, but he was the best part about that movie. Like, I actually was invested into his character and wanted everybody else to die except for him.
Well, it's like me and you had this long conversation about Batista and The Rock and John Cena. And dude, Blade Runner, what is it, 2099?
Yeah.
2049?
2049.
That shit, the beginning of that movie had me stuck just because of Batista's role. I was like, dude, I could watch that portion over and over and over again.
Yeah. So,
and it's only 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, Nancy, have you seen other movies with Batista?
Yeah, I've seen a couple. I mean, I saw the one with the little girl, My Spy, and then Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know what other ones.
You know,
I've seen that.
he did this one movie, and I'm going to look it up right now because it was actually a really good movie. And he was in Dune.
Yep.
Which, dude, he played a good crazy dude in that movie. But the movie that I saw him, I was like, holy crap, dude, this guy is good. It was hold on, give me a sec.
He has 99 credits and 9 upcoming ones.
99 credits in the short time that he's been acting.
And 9 upcoming credits.
Oh, man. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him.
Bushwick. That's the name of the movie that I saw with him in it. That was I'm trying to see anything else prior to that. Yeah, Bushwick. If you guys get a chance to see that. So it's a movie about like basically the world is going to crap and he's trying to get out of the city, and he ends up this little girl, or I don't think she was a little girl, but this girl ends up just tagging along with him, and they're trying to get out of the city together. He's an ex-veteran in the movie. He doesn't want anything to do with the girl because it's going to slow him down, but it's actually a really good movie. So, yeah, when I saw him in it, I was like, damn, that dude's he's going to go somewhere. But, all right, so Nancy says, go see it Sunday, Tuesday. We got to get you out on some more of those premieres. So you can be one of those influencers that people are like, who the heck is that?
Right. I was definitely dressed like them.
Then you're like halfway there.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. So check that out. It's going to be coming out soon. I believe it comes out this week, right?
This weekend. Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So,
nice.
It's got a lot of people in it.
Yeah, I like a lot of good actors.
So
overall, it was entertaining the whole way, and Terry Crews was in it too, so his part was really good. It was funny.
Did he sing that one song from?
Yeah, the Making My Way Downtown. That one.
No, but when we saw him, he did his pecs.
Oh, nice!
I got it in film.
Did the chesticles?
Yeah, right in front of me, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Calm down there. Calm down. All right, so moving on from this, we are moving on to the next thing, which is Dennis Villanueva. Did I say that right? I said that right. I hope I said that right.
I think that's how you say his name.
Villanueva or
Villanueva. Yeah, that's my mom's last name.
Oh, okay.
Villanueva.
So he isn't closing the book on Dune franchise after part 3, saying someone else can take over. So, you guys didn't know, Dune is going to have a third part. And it's going to be called Dune Messiah. And it'll be picking up right where the last one ended. Have you guys watched it? I'm asking all of you guys.
I haven't seen the second one.
No, I haven't been cognizant or conscious for all of it because I've tried watching both of them, And then I tried watching the second one first, and I was just like, I mean, it's so hard to like figure out how the whole popcorn bucket works into it. But I'm trying. I'm trying.
Okay,
But
so
don't feel bad. My son bought the books because he wanted to read the books, and the back 1/3 of this book that is like this big is a glossary that you have to keep referencing just to understand what's going on in the story, because he uses all this wording that he built up, and you have to reference it because you're like, wait, what does that even mean? And then you're like, oh, it's an onion, and you're like, what the hell?
Oh man, yeah. It's
So don't feel bad. It wasn't. It was not meant for easy following.
Yeah. I feel like really bad because I'm trying here, but I'm just like, nah.
I heard it was really good. I know my sister watched it and a couple of friends, they recommended it, but yeah, I haven't watched it.
It's. I mean, if you really want to go to sleep, that first one always knocks me out. Yeah, I put that on and I'm asleep in like the first.
The first one is really good though. Like I'm not a huge. I can't watch the old Dune. I just can't do it. I cannot.
Oh yeah, that one puts me to sleep even faster.
But the new Dune, I can actually watch it all the way through. The first movie. The second one, I haven't sat down to watch it. My son wasn't impressed, and when he usually says something like that, I'm like, I'll get to it eventually, I guess.
Well, I did like the original one. I mean, because obviously that's what I grew up with, and it had Sting at the height of his, popularity. So it was a great movie for me. But this truly, I mean, Dune is really one of those movies that you have to be like, we're geeks. Then there's the nerds that could get into this, but you got to be an uber nerd to really dive deep into Dune itself. Like David said, that back glossary is ridiculous. To have to go back to reference that stuff and be like, okay, yeah, all right, and go back to the page that you were on. It's like, nah, I don't want to do that. But Dune, actually, the original one, there was tons of other things that came after it. There were sequels to that original Dune, and then there was actually a TV show that was on
miniseries, right?
What was that?
The miniseries?
Yeah, it was a miniseries that was actually on Sci-Fi. And from what I heard, that actually was closer to the books and actually explained a lot in it. But obviously it was a Sci-Fi Channel special, so it was really cheesy. But it was
Firefly.
still... What?
I said, just like Firefly. Cheesy.
Hey, don't mess with Firefly. I loved Firefly.
Speaking of, did anybody want the Nathan Fillion bag?
What? Oh,
yeah.
Nobody's actually mentioned it.
I'm almost thinking like, all right, we're gonna have like the giveaways, and it's just like they're gonna be collecting dust. Like I'm just like, yeah, there has to be someone.
Well, you got to send me the picture of it.
And I'll give it to you on the. Are you still gonna make it on the 21st?
I should be.
I'll put everything in that bag.
All right. Well then, there we go.
I'll send you the care package. There you go.
Sweet.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, as far as this, it says that the director's saying that, hey, you know what? After I'm done with this third one, we want this to go on because there is more to the books. But like you guys said, like even I said right now, you got to be an uber nerd, to want to watch all of it. But Nancy, yes, this movie was shot really well. It was a really pretty film. So if you're into the whole cinematography, it's got amazing cinematography to it. Acting isn't bad either. Dave Bautista was amazing in his part. Momoa did a pretty good part, even though it was really short. God,
Zendaya. Zendaya.
What?
Zendaya.
Yeah, she was in it.
Yeah, she was.
They all did really good.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a huge Jason Isaacs fan or freaking Oscar Isaacs fan. Yeah, he was good.
He was good. He actually was good. So yeah, they all did a really good job. I don't know about them continuing on and doing more films, but let's just end it at 3. That's my thought. That's all.
There's too much lore to tell, man.
There is, because you go into the Children of the Spice, and that's supposed to be like the prequel to all of this. And you learn more about the spice. You learn more about, just everything about it. It's just a lot. It's just way too much. So, anyways, all right, enough of that. Moving on to something that I know this is going to spark Mike right here. He's going to just go off. So let me just let him go with it. What is it, Mike?
Oh, yeah. It's the 32nd anniversary of Harley Quinn. I hope it's 32nd. I'm really bad with numbers.
32nd.
It is the 32nd.
Yeah. So 32nd, which, I mean, September has definitely just been that month of just anniversaries. I mean, we have Batman animated series that was premiered last week. Yeah. Yesterday, we had the premiere of Bane. And then, today we have just the Harley Quinn, but then also... just feeling really, really sad for Arlene Sarkin, which is just like another loss that we just had. And now, you have James Gunn and Paul Dini. And I mean, Paul Dini was an amazing, he's like the writer along with Bruce Timm that created Harley Quinn. And in his book where he talks about his recovery after being mauled and beaten in downtown LA, then he just really goes into detail about just how much of a saving grace Harley Quinn was for him. So, where did I go? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, you're still here.
So you frozen, but we can hear you.
Okay, well, there we go. So, I mean, it's definitely just how... hang on, let me see. Oh, yeah, camera's completely off. Well, anyhow, you'll have to listen to the voice then. But... now we have Kaylee Cuoco, who's now going for the 5th season of voicing Harley Quinn. And we have just all the lore that Harley is really bringing, even to the point where you have Kevin Smith and David Uslan, who've named their kids after Harley Quinn. So, I mean, that just goes to show how much of a impact Harley has had on the geek portion of the DC universe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, the whole, and what's funny is that I watched a video on kind of the evolution of Harley Quinn. So we've seen everything, and right here I posted up a picture of a lot of the different types of Harley Quinns that have been around, and I put a picture of Arlene on there too, because if you guys look it up, she was doing Harley Quinn back in the 70s.
Yeah.
She dressed up as a court jester, had the voice, and she was playing Harley Quinn then. She wasn't known as Harley Quinn, but that's where they took the idea, and then they also obviously took her and voiced the original Harley Quinn.
So she was the Harley Quinn.
She was the Harley Quinn, yeah.
Yeah.
She definitely was the Harley Quinn. And it's kind of cool that James,
What?
You were going to say something.
No, I was stretching out over here.
Oh. But, she first appeared in Batman, the animated series, in the episode Joker's Favor.
Yep.
And, and then she just, like, nowadays you go to a con and you will see a bajillion Harley Quinns. And you'll see every different evolution of her. It's not like everybody just picks one. It's like people will dress up as all the different evolutions. It's really crazy how this character alone has taken off the way she has.
Honestly, yeah. I gotta attest a lot of it to just the genius of Paul Dini's writing, just like how relatable he made her.
Yeah, and I think having Arlene there as the voice, and not only like the reference material for her, it drove the character further because of that great writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Bruce Timm's direction, like if he wasn't directing it, I don't think it would have been as well either.
But again, you just said, the writing. If it wasn't for that writing, she wouldn't have taken on the life that she has taken on now. She is no longer just like known as the Joker's girlfriend, but she's now a character all unto herself, which is crazy.
Yeah, she's Poison Ivy's boo.
Yep.
But she also gave us another side to the Joker that we wouldn't have got had she not been in the cartoon.
Yeah, this is true. We would have never known the Joker actually kind of has a heart and actually cared about her. But
I'm like, kinda.
kinda, but still, I mean, like David said, we got another side of her. So it's crazy just the legacy that she's now built in the short time that she's been around, and how much of an influence.
Now we got Lady Gaga playing her.
Oh yeah.
Ugh, I know.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So
we got 2 for being excited and 2 saying, mm-mm.
Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah,
I'm not excited because it's Lady Gaga. I actually think she's going to do an amazing job. She's a really good actress, in her own like way. They've stripped away all the little nuances and quirks that make Harley Quinn so relatable for everybody. And they outright said that they were going to do that. And it kind of makes me like, well, I mean, you guys already made Joaquin Phoenix's Joker weird, and now you're going to make Harley Quinn weird. And she's already weird. You know what I mean? As a character by herself, she was written that way. I don't know.
It definitely falls in line with just the whole pendulum effect of Batman. How you do have the like really, really, really good iterations, and then you have the iterations that are completely just like off the wall. So I mean, definitely like taking that into account. Like now, it's nice to see that Harley is also getting that treatment where you have like some iterations that a lot of people really enjoy, and then you have like other ones where like the speculation and almost the like that doubt might be there, which is good. I mean, that's definitely like keeping that character like relevant. And now it's just like you have a lot of people where they have that conversation, which I'm pretty sure the studio is like after, where they're just like, no, they're getting people to like really talk about her. But I know also just kind of like highlighting the fact on showing another side of the Joker, it could be definitely discussed that while Joker did not treat her like so well, it also showed just how much the Joker really loves Batman, to the point where, you know, in mad love, like it's just like, no, you can't do that to Batman. I got to do that to Batman. And it's just like, oh man, like that just goes to show like how closely intertwined you are with Batman. So I'm sorry, I got a little carried away now that I can't see my face on the thing.
Well, to go along with the whole not really looking forward to this new Joker movie with Lady Gaga, yes. Lady Gaga is actually a really good actress. I saw her in what was the movie? A Star Is Born, which she did a great job. That was actually a pretty good movie. Her and Bradley Cooper. But I didn't like the Joker, like the movie, the new one with Joaquin. Yeah, I really didn't.
You didn't like it?
I did not like it.
Why?
I hated it.
Yeah.
Why?
And the Joker's my favorite Batman character. Sorry, that was me. I was trying to text you guys in the group.
Yeah, I didn't care for that movie because, like David said, it made the Joker out to be really weird. And yes, we already know that he's weird, or he's psychotic, or whatever he is. He's a lot of different things. But I didn't like the portrayal of him done by Joaquin Phoenix. I didn't like the movie itself. I actually was falling asleep in the movie because I was just like, this is boring.
Yeah, and then the other reason I didn't care for it, the setting of the movie, he's supposed to be, you know, a middle-aged dude at the same time that that Thomas Wayne is a middle-aged dude, which means by the time Batman becomes a thing,
he's
going to be in his 70s, his 80s. Like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. So the timelines don't work out for me. The way they portrayed him, I freaking hate Joaquin Phoenix as an actor. I could do without him. Oh, dude, I hate that dude.
He,
Like, bring back River. They took the wrong kid.
I know on the timeline with 89, I know that was always one thing that like really kind of like tripped me up, where you had Joker go and or Jack in that case go and off Thomas and Martha, and you see Bruce as a young guy, and then it's just like, wait a minute, how do you get Michael Keaton to like age up with like Jack Nicholson, and they're like supposed to be the same age? I know that one drove me batty, but yeah, kind of after all these years, kind of just like, all right, well, somehow they made it make sense. But I mean, I'm like gonna like really be like confused if they have Batman come in and you see Arthur Fleck, and it's just like, okay, where's the whole time in all this?
yeah. Well, and then on top of that, watching that movie or watching just the trailer, because that's all I've seen. I mean, obviously that's all everyone's seen as far as this new Joker movie coming out. It's almost to the point where the city is in love with him. The city, the people are making him out to be a hero.
Yeah, he's getting the martyr treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, when have we in any iteration of the Joker seen that?
In Holiday Night.
Followers.
He's got followers. And then what'd you say, Mike?
So in Holiday Nights, when they're celebrating the Joker, or when Joker's getting ready to gas the entire city, he gives out the Joker mask to the entire city. So I mean, you have like everyone that just has that Joker mask, and they're pretty happy just to be celebrating. So like right there, it's just all right. Yeah, he's supposed to be the Crown Prince of Crime, but then he's just like, hey everybody, here's free money, and 89 just goes and bribes them. Then you see it again in Holiday Nights where everyone's just donning the Joker mask. So it's definitely just that idea that while he may not have like the actual literal like followers, he's still able to like influence people to like just go and say, where's Batman? He's at home washing his tights. I'm giving away free money. So it's just his idea of that like that charisma, where he's like really just being able to like get everyone, and he's just rizzing everyone up. But I mean, we're definitely gonna have that pendulum swing with this Harley as Lady Gaga, but then in November, thanks to Patrick Schumacher and the rest of his team, we get Kaylee Coco with animated Harley Quinn. So I'm happy seeing that little pendulum swing.
All right, we know 2 are going to go see it, and 2 of us aren't going to go see it. So we'll leave Harley at that. But happy anniversary to Harley Quinn for her 32nd anniversary.
32nd birthday.
Dude, that makes me feel old.
Yeah.
32nd.
Yeah.
Still older than Nancy.
1 by 1 year.
Well, you didn't have to reveal that part. You could have just
I
left it.
told you guys I'm from 93.
But yeah,
Yeah.
she's only 30. God. Yeah, now I feel old. Thanks. Harley Quinn. Thank you, Nancy. And we're moving away from the story.
Where's
But
Mike?
Mike he's there.
I'm here. I am in the shadows. I am in the shadows.
I didn't get a chance to put up your story, David, that you had, which was about Game Informer.
Oh yeah, also 33 years old. Well, now 33 years old.
Yeah.
As of September, Game Informer, for the majority of our lives, was the place to go. It was a magazine that came out every month, and you could read about all the newest games, tips and tricks, stuff hidden in the games, Easter eggs, all that stuff. They just closed shop in September of actually this September. I think it was like September 9th or something like that. They completely shut down, and they will no longer produce Game Informer. In the last recent years, it was more of a web page that they kept going, but yeah, it's just completely gone now. So you go to the web page, and it's just a banner that says the final stage has happened, and that's it.
Oh my!
That's crazy, because I even forgot about Game Informer. Completely forgot that it was even around.
Dude, I used to read Game Informer heavy when PlayStation 2 was a thing. Because that's when all the games that I was trying to beat and not having to run around for thousands of hours. were out, so I was reading that thing all the time.
End of an
But
era.
it's just showing how a lot of print media has gone the way of the dodo. Yes, that's an old term, but
Mhm.
but what's crazy? Here's the crazy thing, which I just was reading an article about this, that book sales, like full on freaking. Do I have a book here? No, I don't have a book anymore.
You only listen to audiobooks.
Yes,
I
I
have
love
both.
reading audiobooks, but anyways, real books are making a comeback.
Wait, what's
So,
making a comeback?
huh?
Can you repeat that?
Books.
Oh, books. Oh, I was like,
Yeah, real books, like books
Real
with
books.
covers and pages and hard books and paperbacks, like the
See,
things that Lazos doesn't read. Eugene just stays away from them.
I read them. Just somebody reads them out loud to me. So,
No, that's you do not read them. You listen to someone read to you. It's bedtime, and you need your book read to you.
hey,
If
okay.
it worked as a kid, it'll work again now. I
Exactly.
love
There
the
we go. Thank you,
audiobooks.
Mike.
Audiobooks, those are the way. I
There
like
you go.
I wish I had the time to go and fumble
Mhm.
over words. I'm actually a really slow reader. Like I mean I don't mind that, but yeah, when it comes to like listening, I'll active listen all day every day. But
Yeah.
reading, oh my god, like someone sees me like reading and then they're just like, "Hey, Mike's not doing anything. Let's have him do something."
See, and for me, it's opposite. I read comic books as a kid, and then every video game that I played growing up was all reading. So I just got really good at reading because I played endless hours of games. So by the time I got to read for fun, I was tearing through books. Like I was telling Eugene when I got him on the Dresden Files, I think I read the first book in like 3 days.
Oh, nice.
But the thing is that's a testament to the writing. That book is actually really good. It's a great
Yeah.
read. But uh, yeah, so to think that Game Informer outlasted Nintendo Power
Mm-hmm.
as far as magazine wise as they were printing, and then it went to the web. And like I said, I completely forgot about that. But what's crazy is seeing that comic books are on the rise, and we're talking about physical copies of comic books, getting your hands on them, and books are on the rise again. And it's because all these kids think, oh my God, it's so retro to get books. It's like, really? It's
Vintage,
retro?
man.
It's that pendulum swing.
Nancy's laughing because did you think that too?
no, but it's true though. Like that's how they think.
Yeah. It's like, no, it's not retro. It's just the proper thing to do. To be able to open up a book and smell it, that smell from the book is something that you won't get anywhere else. I miss the times of having the old comic books that were actually newspaper print, not these glossy, glossy print, which obviously you can do a lot more with the glossy print. You've got greater colors, you got a greater looking picture, but I miss the old stuff, so sad to see another magazine or another like news outlet for geeks to go away, but Game Informer, you served David very well for the last 33 years. He would never.
Maybe like 22 years. Last 10 or 12 years, I used the internet.
So you've served him well for 22 years. He's the reason why you guys closed.
Just
It's
like
only
Concord
fair.
on PlayStation, I'm bitching about losing it, but I didn't do anything to keep it up.
It's only fair. Now you got to invite him to the Geek Saga. You got to make him part of the team.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, we can get one of their writers. It'd be great.
Oh yeah.
Hey, as a bonus, because we did pay homage to James Earl Jones, 9/11, Emi Shinohara, who voiced Sailor Jupiter in the Sailor Moon show, and she was Kushina in the Naruto series, died at age 61 today.
Ooh.
Man,
So another one.
another legend.
Hey,
Another legend.
you know how they always say like celebrities die in threes?
Yep.
So James Earl Jones, he's another like Betty White. He's
Yeah.
that big. How many do you think he's going to take out with him?
3, man.
Betty White took out like 5 people at the same time.
Yeah.
So James Earl Jones, whew, we're gonna see a lot
Yeah, yeah.
going.
Well, I know in the comic industry, who was it? I think it was John Cassidy.
Oh,
Cassidy
yeah.
something. Yeah,
It was.
yeah. He's gone.
He at 52, I think it was. He passed away.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
me see. I had it up too, but yeah, he just passed away. He wrote some X-Men, some Batman. He wrote a lot. Captain America.
Yeah,
So yeah, wow.
yeah.
But all right, well, that is it for wow. It was actually, you know what, guys? It's been actually really cool to have all of us all finally back together on the show and get through this episode and actually have some really good discussions in it. I'm actually that was pretty good. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Can't
who
see
knows
Mike
what lurks
back
in the hearts of men?
Yeah. There's a lot of darkness that lurks in this heart of
The
this man.
shadow knows. Isn't that
Painted
right? Mike?
black.
Dude, you know what? I know a lot of people hated that movie, but I actually liked it. And I actually listened to some of the radio show, not because I'm old, for you say it, David. But there were
But it's 'cause
times
you're
when
right.
it's not because they actually were replaying it on this one radio station when I used to drive home really late at night. And it was
Mhm.
The Shadow, and I was always looking forward to hearing it.
Oh, nice.
And it was really, I mean, the radio quality, it was really good. But anyways, I'm all babbling on. So anyways, guys, that is it for us tonight. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great to have the full crew here. And if you want to meet us, get an opportunity to see us in person, there's 2 events coming up. One is actually on the 21st, which is Batman Day over at Comic Book Hideout?
Yes, the 21st.
And do you guys know what time it's at and all that other stuff? Not yet?
Yeah, it's happening on Saturday,
Uh-huh.
September 21st.
I think from
12,
5?
12 to 3.
3?
3?
12
Okay.
to 3. Yeah,
Oh.
12 to 3. There's going to be trivia. There's going to be a battering contest. There's going to be photo ops. There's going to be, I think, mug shots and graffiti walls. It's going to be a time.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you guys want to meet 2 for sure out of the 4, possibly 3, you guys can go down to Comic Book Hideout, which is where, guys?
In Fullerton, downtown Fullerton.
Downtown Fullerton. Check out that event on the 21st. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll put that out there right now. It will be a lot of fun. If you want to catch the whole crew, along with other buddies of ours that are going to be coming down from up north, and some of them that are coming from the east, as in LA, but not that far east. LA Comic Con. We are all going to be at LA Comic Con at the Project Wish Upon a Star booth, which I think, no, Darren hasn't given me the number of where our booth is. It's going to be in the same vicinity. Actually, it's going to be right in the same corner that we had last year. So we will have a great little corner to be able to pop out on. The theme is Star Wars. They will have some actors from Star Wars showing up there, and it'll be a lot of fun. And we're going to get a lot of interviews out there. So it should be a great time. And that'll be coming up October 4th through the 6th. So if you want to meet us, that's the time to meet us. Come by, say hi, say what's up, shake our hands. I will have a pen, and I will be signing autographs. If you need a headshot, I will have those ready to go. I don't know about the rest of them, but you know.
I only sign babies' foreheads, just so you guys know. And Mike.
Ooh, thank you. I'm blushing right now.
Bring your baby by. David will sign their forehead. You might even draw a Ninja Turtle on it. So that's it for us, guys. So remember, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram, all at The Geek Saga. You can also check out our website at www.thegeeksaga.com. Get a hold of us, DM us, email us, however you want to get a hold of us. We will be having some guests coming on soon. We're getting them lined up, so we'll finally get back into the whole having guests every so often. But we're also gearing up, like I said, for these next events. So, David, take us out, man.
Well, as always, follow us on the accounts that he mentioned. Go to our Instagram, follow the Project Wish Upon a Star, Comic Books for Kids, the Golden Apple Foundation. All their links are in our bio. And come back next week when we do this again, 7:30-ish. Who knows? We'll find out. But join us next week, Wednesday, same bad time, same bad channel, when the saga continues.